على أفضلهم وخاتم النبيين محمد الأمين آمين يا رب العالمين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So, brothers and sisters, as we were discussing the rise of the Quran, this month we are celebrating this great book, this great gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us. And we said that there are scholars have told us that every single Muslim has 5 rights. Quran has 5 rights on every single Muslim. So now, because this is the last night and we may not, lots of people are here, we are going to do Khatm al-Quran tonight inshallah. So what I'll try to do is maybe summarize all of these 5. So my original plan was to discuss each one of them one by one, and we did one of them, or actually 2 of them in our previous nights. But today inshallah, for the sake of time, I'll just use a simple example, so that we can take this message with us and we understand and we remember what are these 5 rights on every single Muslim. And I said the same thing in my Friday khutbah today at Bengalin. So if you were there, so I apologize, if you have to hear some of these things which I've already said this morning, this afternoon. So this example really, brothers, is very simple. Imagine that a person has a cancer or a serious disease, whatever you would like to call it. And this person goes to a specialist, and the specialist gives him a prescription, tells him what to do. Now, everything is written on a piece of paper, and this person comes and folds this prescription nicely and put it away on a shelf. And every day, he makes sure he cleans the shelf to make sure that there is no dust on this piece of paper. So what would we say to this person? The person has cancer or a serious disease, and he has got a prescription, but what he is doing is he got the prescription and put it away on a shelf. Obviously, everyone will think about this, this person has some problem. He's not, giving the due attention to this prescription that was due. Okay, now, this is the first part of it. Now imagine that this person then realizes that no, I need to do something more than just putting it on the shelf. And he opens the prescription, and he finds that this is written in a language that he doesn't understand. Imagine that it's written in Arabic, I know that there are Arab brothers here who can understand, so you can imagine it's written in French or something. So now obviously he's reading this prescription, but yet he won't be able to understand what's written, what the doctor has told, and it's written in it. So he needs to understand what is written in this prescription. But then let's say that he reads it and then he puts it away again. So what we will say to this person? Again, there is some problem, He has now read it, but he's not trying to understand it and just reciting it, reading it every day, putting it away. The third stage, this person now understands what is written in it. So he went on, he read the translation, or he went to a person who understood this language. He translated it, now he understands what's written in this prescription, and that's it. So he puts it away again. Again, there is a problem. The fourth stage is that this person obviously will need to act upon it. He needs to do the things which is written in this prescription according to the way the doctor has explained. So these are the 4 rights, brothers. That's what we have in the Quran. I told you this is what? Shifa'ul lima fi sudur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us this is a shifa. This is a cure for what? A disease which is in our hearts. The diseases that we don't pay attention to, that we can't see, that we can't, because we can't see it directly, We don't appreciate the significance, the seriousness of this disease, the diseases that we have. And as I explained before as well, all of that can be related to one thing. What is it that we give priority to? So every single moment of our life, we are tested on these two things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the life of this world. What is it that you give priority? It is not that we are going to leave this life, the world of this life. Obviously, we are living in this world, so we have to go through it. And the love of many of these things in this dunya are made part of it. Otherwise, we won't be able to live. If we don't love, for example, our children, if we don't love our parents, if the parents don't love their children, and so on and so forth. So all of these loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in our hearts. But the test really is, what is it that we give priority to? So you see, this is then what I told you, the Quran is a cure for the diseases in the heart. Now if we do the same thing that this person did, put it nicely in a nice cloth, this Quran, put it away on a shelf, that's unfortunately, maybe if I'm not wrong, 90-95% of the Muslims, that's what we do, especially if not in this country, other countries. We use it, we bring it out for when a person is dying, maybe recite Surah Yasin so that he passes away nicely. Or maybe, when a child is born, or when a child needs to start the Quran, when it is a wedding ceremony and things like that. Otherwise, it's nicely wrapped up in a beautiful cloth, put away on a shelf. Okay, if you are lucky, the next thing we will do is, maybe recite it once in a while. Maybe once in Ramadan, and if you're really lucky, maybe you finish one Quran in 1 year. Alhamdulillah, at least if you're doing that, that will be really good. But what did we said? The examples that Sahaba set for us, they used to finish one Quran in 1 week. Every week they would finish one Quran. Okay, Sahaba are very high status. Please, brothers, maybe 1 juz a day, half a juz a day. Can't we just give 15-20 minutes for recitation? What is the belief? Where is the belief? So this is the second thing, recitation. But that's again not enough. You see, every Ramadan we stand here, just ask yourself, each one of us need to ask ourselves, how much of it that I am getting out of it? Is it that I'm just waiting for Imam to finish? Today he's finishing at 9:30. That's really hard. That was really tiring. Or is it that it was really moving our hearts? How did Sahaba used to recite it? Prophet ﷺ, I told you about this. Sahaba used to say that when he would stand up and we would hear his voice like a boiling pot on a stove. That's how he would cry out of reciting the Quran. And the people behind in the back rows, they would hear him reciting the Quran and crying as it is like a boiling pot. So where is that? And this understanding will come obviously by looking at it. And then finally, reciting understanding, brothers, is all to really act upon it, to implement it in our lives. Remember again, this book has come to change our lives, and we know that it changed the lives of people before us. We were at the top of the world at one time. It's not a very long ago history. Maybe 1,000 years maximum. The last Khilafah was finished maybe 100, 200 years, that's it. So this book, brothers, this book, Prophet ﷺ said this book, because of this book, nations are raised up. And because of this book, the nations are, fall down. The nations fell down. So we need to really put it on the top of our priority and start acting upon it. And finally, the fifth right is to propagate. Propagate it to others. Brothers, we are living here amongst what we generally call the kuffar. Not everyone is a kafir here. The kafir is the one who covers up. It literally means kufr, literally means to covering up. A person who really knows, he got the message, he understood it, and then he discarded it. That is the one who is disbeliever. Now think about it, how many of us have communicated this message to others? Today people are standing up for, this gay marriages and same-sex marriages and so on, and they will give you reasons after reasons. Can we give any reason from Quran? Are we ready to give a dalil, a reason, our logic from Quran? What about, the social systems, the economic system? The people who are talking about evolutionary biology, the evolution and so on. All of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the solution. The point is, if we don't understand ourselves, how are we going to tell it to others? I mean, we can't even give a simple dawah, not to talk about this high level. We need, alhamdulillah, we are becoming doctors, engineers, IT professionals and, tech professionals and whatever, you name it. But we really need, brothers and sisters, this is only for this world. Think about it. Honestly, if each one of us asks us this question, if I become the top of my career, the best of my tax accountant, or best of the IT, CEO of a company or something, is that going to benefit me in the hereafter? Honestly, ask yourself this question. So where is the time, where is the effort that we need to put into this book? So really, brothers, this was the only message. If you want to get out of this Ramadan, connect yourself to this book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given to us. This is the biggest gift that we can have. Biggest gift. And there is a beautiful hadith, and this is a glad tidings for all of us. Prophet ﷺ one day came out and he saw some of the companions, they were doing discussion about Quran. He walked to them and he was smiling. He smiled by looking at him, so he became really happy. He came to them and he asked, do you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Of course, what can be the answer of companions? Bala, ya Rasulullah. Do you believe in me as Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Obviously, why not? Do you believe in this book is given to me by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you believe in this book? Why not? Then he said, be happy, because this book, part of this is in your hand and the other part is in Allah's hand. Imagine, this is hablullah. If you want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is a solution. Really, if in your heart, if you want to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the way to do it. Allah is saying, one part of this rope is in my hand, you hold on tight to it, and you'll get to me. So this is the glad tidings, brothers, and as I said, inshallah, if we want to take one message out of this Ramadan, that message is, we need to connect to this Quran, by all means. And alhamdulillah, now there are so many resources out there, that there is no excuse. And finally also, in one surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us 4 times, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have indeed made this book easy to understand. So is there someone who pondered? So don't let anyone tell you that this book is not for you to understand. Not for you to understand. Yes, it is not for you to make fatwa. We are not making fatwa and so on. But for dhikr, for remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for getting the basic message, Allah has made it very easy. He said it 4 times in Surah Al-Qamar. Just one surah, He said it 4 times. When something is repeated in Quran, that indicates its importance. This is repeated 4 times in the same surah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst the Ahlul Quran and Ashabul Quran. There's a beautiful hadith again. Prophet ﷺ said that on the day of resurrection, that Allah will say to Sahibul Quran, that recite and rise in ranks. So keep on rising in ranks and recite the way you used to recite in this dunya. وَرَتِّلْ كَمَا تَرْتَلْ in dunya. So recite in the same way as you used to recite in the dunya, and keep rising in the ranks. And just by the way, the 2 ranks, the distance between 2 ranks in the hereafter, according to another hadith, is like a person standing on the earth and looking at the stars. That is the distance between the ranks. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst Ashabul Quran, and make us this Ramadan, inshallah, as our changing point, turning point, and connecting to this Quran. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.